Guilt is one of the most complex moral emotions because it emerges when a person believes they have violated a value, responsibility, expectation, or standard that matters to them. Unlike shame, which can attack the sense of self, guilt is primarily concerned with behavior and its consequences. It can create discomfort, regret, remorse, and a desire to repair what has been damaged. In its healthy form, guilt serves an important psychological function. It allows people to recognize wrongdoing, understand the impact of their actions, and adjust their behavior. Without some capacity for guilt, accountability and empathy would become much more difficult. But guilt can become distorted when the mind takes responsibility for things that were never truly within its control. A person may feel guilty for disappointing others, setting boundaries, prioritizing personal needs, failing to prevent someone else's suffering, or simply refusing to meet unrealistic expectations. In these situations, guilt is no longer functioning as a reliable moral signal. It becomes a psychological burden. Excessive guilt can develop when someone grows accustomed to believing that other people's emotions are their responsibility. They may constantly monitor whether others are happy, avoid saying no, apologize unnecessarily, and sacrifice their own needs to prevent anyone from feeling disappointed. Over time, guilt can become automatic. The person may feel guilty simply for existing independently, even when they have done nothing wrong. The deeper psychology of guilt involves responsibility, empathy, and personal boundaries. Healthy guilt points towards something that can be understood, repaired, or changed. Destructive guilt keeps demanding punishment even after responsibility has been addressed. A person may repeatedly replay an old mistake, mentally punish themselves, and believe that continuing to suffer proves they genuinely regret what happened. But suffering indefinitely does not necessarily create accountability. Sometimes it simply creates another form of self-destruction. Excessive guilt can also become a way of maintaining control over the past. The mind imagines that if the event is analyzed enough, the outcome might somehow be changed or prevented from ever happening again. Yet the past cannot be rewritten through endless self-punishment. Healing requires distinguishing genuine responsibility from imagined responsibility. It means asking whether the situation was actually within your control, whether harm was intentional, whether you have taken appropriate responsibility, and whether continued guilt is producing growth or merely prolonging suffering. Healthy guilt can lead to an apology, changed behavior, stronger boundaries, or meaningful repair. Once those actions have been taken, the remaining task may be learning to forgive yourself. Self-forgiveness does not mean declaring the behavior acceptable. It means acknowledging what happened without allowing one event to become a permanent sentence against your identity. A psychologically mature person can recognize wrongdoing without believing they are permanently bad. They can accept consequences without endlessly punishing themselves. They can care about other people's feelings without becoming responsible for every emotion those people experience. Guilt becomes healthier when it serves conscience rather than cruelty. Its purpose is not to keep a person trapped forever in what they did wrong, but to help them understand, repair, learn, and become more conscious of how they live. Sometimes the deepest form of growth is recognizing that regret can teach you without having to destroy you.